In the pantheon of bad endings, I have to say that You Are Dead roll credits is rather beautiful in its simplicity. Definitely, definitely straight to the point. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Internet. This is Zeigler Jaguar. I am back. I did another quick peek for a little bit of assistance here. Um, and I think I got another small hint. Yes, I've certainly had my share of small hints in this. I rewatched the VOD from a moment ago. I'm playing this right immediately afterwards. I still, for the life of me, cannot figure out why my thruster suddenly just didn't work, deactivated. Like, unless the sun just burned it up. Um, so, back to the twins yet again. We're gonna. This is Ash Twin the game, to be honest. This right here, this planet, is where all the actual truth of this game happens. So, what I picked up was that maybe it's, instead of trying to thrust my way across that gap, maybe just sort of walk. So give that a shot. So I want to make sure I preserve as much oxygen as possible as well. So I'm going to stay in my ship and wait for the sun station to emerge, the sun tower to emerge. And unfortunately, that's going to take a while. In fact, I should start timing it. I should start timing at exactly what point the station emerges. Let's start a timer. Figure I've probably already burned a minute. So, timers and start. Whoops, no. Stopwatch and start. Just started a stopwatch on my phone. So, add 1 minute to it. And then we will know for future times, however many times this takes us, exactly how long we can just sit around before we go hunting for the tower. You don't have to be quite as fast as I initially thought you did, but you do have to be pretty fast. I do kind of wonder, when the Nomai lived in this system, which it appears to have been about 280,000 years. By the way, again, incredible that their skeletons and bodies are still all sitting around after 280,000 years. I wonder if Ash Twin didn't quite behave like this. But I feel like we had records that they talked about the sands. I don't know. Yeah, because they talked about the rising. Alright, here we go. So, about 2 minutes into the loop, it's 120, it starts to emerge. So that's not too bad. Alright, but now, here's part 2, is I want to preserve as much oxygen as possible. So I want to stay in my ship until the absolute last moment. Am I close? Am I far enough from the, I just want to make sure I'm far enough away from this next sandstorm. I think when the sand starts to come again is when I will hop out and go find my edge. Well, when it starts to come, I will go. I don't want to miss my chance. But I know I can't get in until after this next sandstorm comes through. Just want to make sure I have all the oxygen. I'm fully healed. I'm fully fueled. Alright. Oh, look. There's the, Oh, wait. Shit. That means I've parked. You know what? Hell with it. I think. Yep. Great parking job, Darren. Zeigler. I call myself by my actual name. There you go, Internet. You know, my actual name is Darren. Goodbye, ship. Alright, so at right about the 4-minute mark is when I have my opportunity to run into this tower. Farewell, ship. Have fun on Ember Twin. And we're going. 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 And ooh, look at that. We've gotten better. And we're going. And we're going. Oh, look at that. Ha! 0 punctures. Let's go. That saves a lot more oxygen. Alright, that's part 1. We have mastered part 1. Take a drink of water and get ready for part 2. There's the station. And we warp. We're here. Great. Pop out. Walk across. We have a fair bit of oxygen. So far, I can't consider this to be anything but masterful. Now, what the... Okay. Now something appears to be wrong with my Steam Deck. Because my mouse is not moving up and down. So maybe that's why I'm having issues? Wait, is this normal? Hold on a second. Wait, my mouse is fine. My mouse is fine. I just can't move it up and down here? Wait, what? What is happening? What is happening in this game? Guys, it's getting hard for me not to feel like this game is bugging out. Because the last time I couldn't use my thruster, and now I can't move I can't move anything. Let me touch my Steam Deck here. No? Oh. Well, my Steam Deck thing can move up and down, but it's not registering my mouse control? What is happening? Oh, no. Oh, something is wrong here. Alright, hold on a second. Hold on a second. It's... If I'm actually touching the buttons on my Steam... Well, no. No, okay. No, it's not letting me move up and down on my Steam Deck either. Is it? This is so strange. Okay. Right here, I cannot... I'm moving my mouse up and down, left to right. I can't go anywhere. Oh. Alright, but that's normal. That's normal. And here I can move it, and... Was it always like this? Is this just some weird parameter of this station? No, it's not. It's not some weird parameter of the station, because before I could move my mouse down to... I think things are just bugged out. Something just bugged out, and now it's not letting me look up and down. because it can't be me because I... And I feel like this isn't the first time this game has done something weird and buggy. What a disappointment. I'm gonna meditate until the next loop and see what the heck. That was bizarre. First it deactivates my thrusters. Then all of a sudden I can't move up and down. Can't look up and down. And we're back, and we can look up and down. That was the weirdest thing. I know it didn't do that before. I know that's not a feature of the station, because I have to look up and down to open that emergency hatch. I would have noticed before. Oh my god. Well, that's just goofy. Well, let's do it all again. I confused the game by being too good at getting to the sun station. I mean, there was that weird bug before when I got randomly murdered at the gravity cannon. But, I don't know. Alright, so I've started a timer. And I know that right around I think around 2 minutes is when I can first start to see... Well, oh, good work, good work. Well, nothing better to do, we might as well repair it. Is that the only thing I bumped? You know what? I do not care about my landing camera. Ah! Yep. Never use that anyway. Alright, so... Right now it's 1 minute 30 seconds. I think it's right around 2 minutes and 30 seconds that the first signs of the sun tower begin to emerge. Not only am I fighting the game's puzzles, now I'm fighting random bugs as well. If that somehow wasn't a bug, somebody please tell me, because I can't see how it could have been anything else. Never in this whole game before have I not been able to look up and down. And I know it wasn't my mouse, because everything's working fine now. Alright, 2 minutes and 30 seconds here, so we should start to see our little tower should start to show any second now. Right. There it is. All right. Okay, so 3 minutes. I was off before because I started my stopwatch late. So 3 minutes, meaning at exactly 5 minutes is going to be my moment to go. I'll just stay here and preserve as much oxygen as possible. I will leave my ship right around 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Hello, interloper. Murderer of all the Nomai. Alright, here it comes through again. I think now's a good time to go. Probably a little earlier than I absolutely need to be. But... where is the tower? Parked right next to it, didn't I? Alright, actually, we're getting a little... Alright, here we go. There it is, and this is the time to go. Perfect. Alright, so at exactly, 5 minutes after the loop starts is the moment to go in. We take our time, we can move close, slowly, 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 slowly. Give this a split second. Go, 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 go. Little hop, and we're through. That much is easy now. Alright. So, now we just have to hope. So, we can, as you can see, move up and down quite easily. We can move left and right easily. We can fire our thruster. So, let's see if we can still do all those same things once we warp to the sun station. Because I'm pretty sure we could before. Here we go. We're here. Okay, and this time, we can look up and down. God, what a weird bug, man. That's a bizarro bug. Okay, and I can use my thruster. Alright, so the suggestion I got is just sort of walk across it. We're gonna try that. Nope, that did nothing. Phenomenal. Time to waste another 5 minutes. These are the parts of the game that I do not like. 5 minutes of waiting that's all going to be erased because something just, doesn't make sense. And, the game is... I can't tell if the game is bugging or if there's something else it wants me to do. But the fact that I can't use my thruster, apparently, between there... I can't... And every time I try, I have to wait another 5 minutes to get back. And that's just... It's not great. That's not great, guys. Overall, this game has really been a mixed bag of, I'd say about 80% really, really cool. Lots of spine-chilling moments. And just 20% absolute nonsense. And I know a couple times I was complaining about things I shouldn't have been. Slow the hell down. Well, whatever, who cares? A couple of times I was complaining about things that I then later had to retract, like in the caves and the quantum puzzle there. Oh shoot, I forgot to start my timer. I'm not gonna be able... I don't think I can finish this game until I learn whatever I need to know on the sun station. Like, that could have the secret to decoding the code that's on the Nomai vessel. I don't know why it would, but it might. But I'm getting closer and closer to just look up every last thing so that I can finish this up, because when a game is actually bugging out, I don't know what's me, what I'm not figuring out, and what's just the game is bugging out. Because yeah, it's just, what can I do at this point? What can I do at this point? Five minutes of waiting every single time you screw up the jump. Not fun. Not fun. And I swear, I looked at that VOD, and the moment I stepped out of the emergency door, my thruster suddenly didn't work. Like, I get that, you know, the sun station is in orbit, so there's a momentum factor. Alright, we gotta be getting close to revealing itself time. There it is. Park the ship. Wait for the sand to come through. Just sitting around. I'm reading about how to make the jump between the stations. Close enough, and walk off the edge without doing anything. You'll stay in line with the station, only going forward. Moving with your thrusters will kill you because you change your speed. So just focus on your target. Take it slowly, carefully. Ow. Half the advice contradicts itself. Oh my god. Ah! Oh well, goodbye ship. Parked too close. I have a perennial problem with parking my ship in the path of the sand. Alright, here we go. We're masters at this now, at least. Here we are, here we are, here we are. 2, 3, 4. Go, 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 go. Ah. We haven't gotten pricked in quite a while. Alright, I'm reading this Reddit thread about this, and half the people say match velocity, half the people say don't match velocity, half the people say don't, half the people say do. All this contradictory advice. Walking forward, don't jump, run forward, you get there pretty safely. Run forward, don't touch your jets except to gently glide around the broken catwalk. I mean, they say don't touch my jets, except the moment I go through this door, my jets seem to deactivate. Alright, let's try this again. I walk through the door, and I'm just walking forward. Oh. Wow, Why do my thrusters not work? Literally, look at my icon. See the icon? Thruster is just dead. I mean, I almost pulled it off. But my thrusters don't work. Oh, look, now I can do them. I don't get it. Look, you can't even see the 100 anymore on my thrusters. So wait, do they not work when I'm at a certain proximity to the sun? For whatever sense that makes. Where's the sun station? I'm just surfing around the sun, seeing if I can spot the station. So my thrusters work now, but there's no sign of the indicator on the fuel bar that says what percent. Am I just being a complete idiot somehow? So, I mean, I can see oh. And I can't use the match velocity? I can't click on this thing? And now my thrusters don't work again. What? So I'm getting sucked into the sun now. I'm gonna Google this. Sun station. Outer Wilds. Thrusters not working. Gravitational interference or a physics bug. If your ship's thrusters seem unresponsive. Match velocity. Yeah, Well, I almost did it. Let's just try again. This is going to be this whole episode. I mean, I almost pulled it off just by, just sort of walking at fast speed. I don't know why my thrusters don't work. I mean, so just sort of walking at top speed across got me really, really close. But it's weird that it's like the match velocity button doesn't seem to work, and I can't see. So like, if I get off here, okay, and I jump, see there's that 100 bar, and it shows how much my thrusters are using. Thrusters, 50, 60, 40, 30, going back up, recharging, back to 100. The moment that I exit the sun station emergency door, that bar completely disappears. And I have no idea why. Not the slightest. I've never seen that before. Like, early on in this game, I had trouble, with understanding how to thrust because I didn't notice that bar. But I've been familiar with it for a long time now. And yet, now I've hit a part of the game where for some reason, it doesn't exist. Oh my god. What does it matter? And it's not a bug. I think the other thing was a bug. It's hard not to believe that it's hard to believe that it's not a bug when I'm getting actual real bugs. Alright, here we go. So, incidentally, how I can make sure I'm not going to get swept up would be... Am I on the equator? Yes, I am. Huh. Oh well. My ship can go for a ride. I don't really care. But what the hell? Let's just go over to this side and see if this... Oh, I see. Actually, if I just park myself somewhere that isn't between the towers, and there's this. Alright, this should be fine. At 4 minutes, we'll eject and go. And then, I mean, I got really close just by sort of racing across. But this is the second time in this game that I've just felt completely at a loss with a jumping puzzle. And the first was on Giant's Deep, when I still, to this day, don't know what was going wrong with me trying to jump across that little gap. Alright, we are at 4 minutes, so sand should be coming through soon. Oh, we've parked pretty far away. Not my best. But I didn't lose the tower. Level with the lights, and ooh, actually we're a little behind. I feel like it went faster that time. Maybe ow. Maybe I didn't start my timer at the right moment. Ah, shoot, I broke my streak of getting through that with no punctures. I cannot come up with a defense for why every single time I miss this, I have to wait 5 minutes. I don't think it's supposed to be as tough as I'm finding it, but it is for me. All right. So my thruster bar is still there. Yep. Everything works normally. Open the emergency door. And then the moment I walk out that door... Alright, let's look at these for a little bit. There's definitely a timing puzzle where I need to get between these two. So let's take a little time and observe. I want to use match velocity, but there's nothing I can click on, or I'm clicking like crazy. Nothing will let me click it. So where is going to be my chance? And I'm going to watch my thing, because when I walk through there, I'm pretty sure my thruster thing just instantly disappears. Right now it works. Yep, see? Normal, normal, normal. But then the moment I walk through it... Boy, I was so close last time. And I'm not sure how I was so close last time, how I found the right window. Now it looks much more obstructed than it did last time. Here we go. And then, look, yeah. Okay, so halfway through, I can... Velocity matched. Velocity matched. Velocity matched. But my thrusters don't work. My thruster is at 0. So, velocity match doesn't help me. Unless it does. What good is velocity match when I just go flying past it? The gravity here is just fucked. Okay, so halfway across, I can get velocity match. Halfway across, I can click and match velocity. I feel like I'm just barely missing it. This is pretty indefensible, though. I mean, this is just not... This is not in line with how any of the rest of the game has worked. You know, just taking away your thrusters. Not making them work less, literally just taking them away. For no... I guess it's supposed to represent that the, you know, something about, like, the proximity to the sun. The gravity must be insane. But it makes no sense that I walk out that door and suddenly my thrusters don't work. That's really, really getting on my nerves. And you can't click on anything, you can't match velocity until you get halfway across, where somehow suddenly magically you can match velocity. But matching velocity when you're partway across doesn't seem to do much. Alright, let's go back to reading tips. Alright, where's the tower? There it is. It's right around here. This whole episode is just going to be attempting to make this jump. It has to have something to do with just the intense gravity of the sun and how fast the station is orbiting. But I can't even seem to use the thruster to make small corrections. Alright, it's right over there. So, how's everybody's day going? Mine has not quite worked out the way I'd hoped. I mean, I made progress, kinda. This is actually put in 3 episodes today, and you know, accessing the Ash Twin project was pretty cool. Learned lots and lots of really cool stuff. All right, let's go. Definitely have most of the pieces of the story together now, I think. But I just feel like we're missing a few things that we could just get if we could just make this jump to the Sun Station. Maybe it will tell me what I need to do to activate the vessel's once it has the right warp core. Anybody who's still watching this has watched me do this so many times now. I feel like I'm really gonna rage if I don't get it this time. Ow, yeah. Very tricky. Very, very tricky. So, what are we going to do this time? When we get halfway across, we're going to click and match velocity and see if that helps. I think if I don't get it this time, I'm going to try watching a YouTube video tutorial on how to do this. Because I can't waste my life waiting 5 minutes for the sand to bleed off Ash Twin every single time. Alright, so... running start. Match velocity. Do I... No. Running start. Click. Match velocity. Here we go. Got it! Got it! Somehow! Wow. That sucked. That sucked. Alright. Mission. Science compels us to explode the sun. Like I said, if you ever find yourself saying this, you've probably gone wrong. Can't we change this? I don't enjoy working in view of such a morbid mission statement. Here's a better one. Determine if it's possible to prompt the sun to explode. You lack a sense of humor. Yeah, pie is so funny and Idea has no part of it. At least I don't lack a sense of ethics. Idea's so stuffy. Kindly refrain from going supernova on me before the sun does, Idea. But it's accurate. We're going to create a supernova for the purpose of scientific progress. That's our mission. Our mission is to decide if such an irresponsible feat is even possible. Useful. So we can go up there, but let's try the interior first. Another Nomai statue. Pick up Ash Twin projection stone. This is just gonna show me the masks. Yep. Yeah. That is no longer very mysterious. A Nomai is balancing the eye of the universe and something else. Oh, here we go. Here's the writing wall. What happened? Did the sun station not fire? It fired, but it failed. The sun barely responded. There were infinitesimally small surface level changes, but they were barely visible even to the third eye. The sun station is useless. It will never and could never cause the sun to explode. I don't know what comes next. I suppose we must start over, but I'm not sure how to start over. Hi, I heard for you, my friends. We all know how hard you've worked. I can only offer my compassion. How are you? How is Idea? We're well as can be expected given the circumstances, though disappointed. I may have disagreed with exploding the sun, but I never wished the device would fail. I'd hoped our terrible work was finished. Return to Ash Twin first, my friend. Perhaps a change of task would help. Spire noticed a comet approaching the star system that we'd like to investigate. And we all know how that went. Star has reached end of natural life cycle, now approaching red giant stage, warning evacuate sun station. Approximate time until sun station is destroyed by expanding star, 2 minutes 30 seconds. Approximate time until star's death, 13 minutes 0 seconds. Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm in a time loop. So... Okay, so this station actually gets slaughtered earlier in the loop than anything else. What's up here? Is there anything up here? I only have a few minutes to look, but I don't really care if I get slaughtered. Is this a bowl? Are there any scrolls? No. Wow, I'm getting flung around and I can't even figure out why. Lots of very intense music. Nothing I can see that I seem to be missing. I think I will just happily stay on this station until it gets swallowed up by the expanding sun. I don't think there's anything more to see. That is a shame. I was hoping there would be like a little vessel codebook hidden here that says, ah, here is what you need to do. How much time do we have? 57 seconds. This is so interesting. The Nomai, they're balancing... I don't know what this icon is. I know this means the eye of the universe to them. But this... I don't know. Here's one of Phlox's statues. I really feel like we have the whole story now. The only thing we are missing is an understanding. I think the only thing we are missing now is, well, we're missing two things. Part of the, oh, there's a couple masks left here. Yep, alright, we're burning. We're burning. That's fine. Alright, I think I'm gonna do one more, get help on one more thing, because I think I have one question mark left, and that's the other piece of the orbital probe cannon. And then I might need to get a hint about, because I think I have 2 out of 3 pieces of what I need to do to escape this solar system. Alright, did I find everything? What? Oops, nope, no. Wrong thing. I want my computer. Yep, sun station. Let's just read it. Yep, it was designed to make the sun go supernova, but they couldn't do it. I knew all of this. And yeah, the sun has reached the end of its natural life cycle. And they took a break to investigate the newly arrived comet, and that's what killed them all. So, There's some little bit of bitty thing I've missed in the Sunless City, but I don't think it's that important. I suspect it's not. So, I have literally only one piece of information left to find. Well, there's this launch module. So, give me a second. I'm going to get a hint towards that. Okay. So the hint I got is that it's still there. I need to go back to the Giant's Deep, and maybe I missed it. Maybe I'm just supposed to shoot my scout into it or something. So maybe I just didn't properly explore 100% the orbital probe cannon around Giant's Deep. Maybe this will contain the maybe this will contain what I need. Alright. However, one thing I recall is that landing on this orbital probe cannon is uniquely difficult for me. Especially because I think I'm about to overshoot it. And it won't let me lock onto it. That's alright. I've pulled it off before. I'll do it again. There we go. It won't let me autopilot to it, but now that I'm locked on, I can match velocity. Unfortunately, it's going to be... I'm going to go right through the atmosphere at Giant's Deep, which I don't want. Match velocity. Come on. This thing is tricky to land on. Get close and match velocity. Alright. Alright. So, I think we're going to need to do a little spacewalk around here and look at the exterior of this probe. Because there's a place where it's cracked and exposed to space, right? Like over there, right? Yes. Excuse me. I would like to go back. Match velocity. Okay. Can I just get in here? Did I just never go in here? Oh! I just never did this. That's goofy. Probe tracking module projection stone. Imagine, Privet, the probe tracking module will be the first to know the coordinates of the eye of the universe. You'll be the first to see them. I'm honored and terrified. You won't ask that? Well, no, I feel like I already read this. We only need to fire it once, so who cares? I would mind, because we won't be capable of receiving our probe's data if the probe tracking module is destroyed. Thought I already read that. Okay. So, what do I see if I put this in? Probe tracking module... Was that somewhere I already was? Okay. Anything else to see here? Oh, wait. Hold on. There's something... What is that? Wait. There's another... So, is that a projection stone floating in midair? Gimme. Give me that control. But okay, what are you? Control module. Projection stone. Mallow, my better 50%. Cassava is sending the last of the cannon components. Soon we'll know the eye's precise location. The thought of concluding our elder's curious and challenging search increases my heart's temperature, my love. Cassava tells me that he and the construction yard crew have determined a power setting we are not under any circumstances to go above. I see. And will we be ignoring that setting? Yes, we will. Because you thought that they accounted for us, right? Yep, giving it all they can, and yep, and they fired it off as far as they could. And does this... Hold on. Yep, remove this, put this aside, put this back in. Control module, projection stone. Don't know if this tells us anything. Never really feel like I got much out of those projection stones. Also, I feel like I already read these things. But... no, none of this is anything special. Okay, did I find everything? I think I did. Yeah, this is power thing of some sort. I don't see anything else in here I haven't read. This just is more of the devastation that happened when these idiots decided to turn it up to 11. I knew all that. Okay, is there anything up here? No. No. Okay. I guess I just never did this little spacewalk. But now I have. Alright, computer. Was that everything? Yep, it was. The launch module is badly damaged, its projection pool is still intact. A nomai named Mallow said that it wouldn't matter if it was compromised, so they only need to fire it once. Privet said they wouldn't be capable of receiving the probe's data if the module was destroyed. Yep. They've launched millions of probes. The statue in the probe tracking module automatically records each probe's trajectory and transmits the data to the Ash Twin project. But how does that... Does any of that help me put it all together? Okay. Last thing then. The last thing is going to be, what am I missing in the Sunless City? I'm going to get some help on that. And I will be back, and then I guess if I can just do that, I will have filled out literally the entire thing, and then I just need to figure out, I think, what to do with the vessel and the warp core. Now, leaving this universe, if I could hop on the vessel and warp it out of there, somehow warp it out of Dark Bramble with a better warp core, I guess maybe I could go somewhere new. I'd leave all the rest of Outer Wilds Ventures and my home behind, but I don't really know. I don't think I can gather up everybody to come with me, which is a shame. I'd like to take Gabbro at the very least. I don't know if there's a way to stop our star from exploding, because it seems to be that's how old it is. The vessel's warp core is long dead. Three-sided pillar is some sort of input device. They can still hear incoming missiles. Worried the signals. Yep, nothing. But what could... Wait a... Mural panel 3. Yeah, I know that. The Hanging City... I'm just trying to see if any of these things that are connected might indicate what the code is. The code for the vessel. I don't know. Yep, the vessel receives a signal from the eye, dark bramble ensnares it, and it's trapped, and it fires off those things, the escape pods. None of this is quite giving me the big clue that I need. Or think I need. Alright. We're going to meditate until the next loop, and we're going to see if I can find the last thing I'm missing in the Sunless City, get a little help on that. And then we're going to call it, regroup, and maybe I'll see if there's a little hint I can find about how to finish everything that doesn't end with "you are dead." Okay, so according to Reddit, which is my forever friend, according to Reddit, this is in fact really tough to find. So it's not just me. So we're going to the Sunless City. We're just gonna follow these exact directions. We've hit that point in a game where we're gonna follow exact directions. Alright, Sunless City is the twins. Thank you. Boop. We're not gonna crash into Timber Hearth on our way out of here, right? We're following some exact directions here. Because I need a fully filled out log. Alright. Easiest way is, of course, the hole by the gravity cannon. Bash up my... all this time, and I still suck at landing. Alright. The hole by the gravity cannon is... back here somewhere, right? Not there. Further up. There we go. Alright. I always thought there was going to be ghost matter over here, but there actually isn't. I know that all by now. Alright. Fly over here and get some oxygen. Alright. Alright, now the instructions say... turn on the far left one, Anglerfish Overlook District. Okay. Go over... the ruins you mentioned have a... Alright. It says to go over to the buildings with falling sand. The ruins you mentioned have a room that seems accessible, floating. I seem to remember some rooms with falling sand. Now, this is just the fossil overlook. That's not helpful. I know I've found these buildings with falling sand before. Okay. Yes, alright, here we go. Head towards the back, you'll see a slightly purple glow in one of the holes. Hang on. Somewhere around here. Head to the back. You'll see one that has a slightly purple glow. Not this. Not this. Not this. Not this. Alright, it's got to be somewhere here. It says one of the... Alright, it's one of these, I think. It says to go the one that has a slightly purple glow. Of course, now that I'm thinking, I don't actually know if this is the thing I'm missing. Ow. I need to... That's the one that I need to do. But I feel like I've already done this. I feel like this is not the thing that I'm missing. Alright, hold on a second. I feel like this is not actually the thing that I didn't find before. I seem to remember going through these and trying all of these and finding one. Nope. Alright. I think I just tried that one. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Just try all the different ones here again. I tried that one back there. Let's try this one here. Nope. Unless that is, again, the same one. I'm just going to keep trying them. And then, once I've tried them all, I can figure out if that was, in fact... This one right there is the one I need to go in. But, again, I feel like I've already done that, and that's not what I'm missing here. Alright, which of these have I still not tried? I feel like I tried that one, I tried that one. Did I try this one? There it is, okay. But I think I did this before. This is not the thing I've been missing. Who's been computing shuttle trajectories to the sun station? Yeah. Yeah, I found that before. So that is not the thing I was missing. So no. All right. I was following instructions for something that I had already found. So, back to the loop. All right, I need to look at to find the thing I'm missing. I need to look at what I've already found in the Sunless City. All right. Sunless City, more to explore here. All right. This is really tricky because it seems like the thing that most people have had trouble finding is the thing I've already found, and the thing I haven't found seems to not be usually difficult. So, uh, I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna go off stream, and I'm just going to follow a specific walkthrough of how to find every single thing in the Sunless City, so that I can cross this off and have a complete map, and then I will figure out what to do next. So, thanks so much for joining me. What a great, beautiful, filled out thing we have here. We've done well, but how to finish things, I don't know. We'll get some pointers in the right direction. Maybe you all can give me some as well. Thanks so much. I've been Zeigler Jaguar, and this has been Zeigler's Spaceship Adventure. Have a good one.